when I decided, as Washington had, that 2 terms as president was enough for any one man, I encouraged William Howard Taft to seek the presidency. Now, Taft had distinguished himself as the Governor General in the Philippines, a problem solver in Panama and Cuba, and later as my Secretary of War. With my backing, he won the presidency in 1908. It wasn't until I witnessed his complete lack of leadership abilities while in the White House that I realized the extent that he was dependent on following orders of others. I now realize that the dependent man makes an excellent lieutenant because he's only happy making other people happy. He now makes the politicians and the plutocrats happy. He no longer represents the people who trusted him and voted for him. The Republican Party is in danger of losing its soul to reactionaries. The Republican candidate that faces Woodrow Wilson will find that Wilson is mighty thin material to be president. The country needs leaders who have great dreams, who can carry out those dreams and can kindle the people with the fire from their own burning soul. The future lays in the hands of America, the hopes and dreams of the world. Taft has broken every canon of decency and fair play, and it is because of this, and singly and solely because the American people want a certain job done, and for their sake, they want it done by me. It's a duty that I feel that I cannot shirk. Therefore, I will run for the Republican nomination for president. Ladies and gentlemen of the county of Geauga, my hat is in the ring, and the fight is on, and I'm stripped to the buff. And now I don't want you good folks thinking I've become one of those nudists. The sort that goes about coatless, shirtless, and wears trousers to match. I simply stand before you wearing the naked political truth. For the first time in the history of our great nation, 2 new words have been added to the vocabulary: direct primary. Do you know what that means, my friend? It means that now I can come and stand in front of you instead of those machine bosses of the Republican Party. It means that instead of choosing between 2 candidates about whom you have no say, you can choose who your candidate for the presidency will be. This is the ticket that gets you, the people, to the center of political power, which is rightfully yours. You can break the mold of the political machine, but you can only keep that by voting for the man with the right ticket. I have your ticket to victory, and it is my record. Yes, I am running on my record. But if anyone can find a better one, I'll run on it. But can't. Just look it over. Do you remember how I settled the paralyzing anthracite coal strike of 1902? Brought those executives to heel with strong political power. I merely told them to deal with the miners fairly. It was the first time that a president stepped in a dispute between management and labor. And under threat of federal takeover of the mines, by Godfrey, we got the matter settled.
Hear, hear.
Do you remember how the big corporations tried to kill the bill introducing the Bureau of Corporations? Why, some of those plutocrats sent letters and telegrams to various congressmen trying to persuade them. Do you remember how I got a hold of one or two of those letters and promptly gave them to the newspapers? Well, as so often happens, those who are so powerful when they can work in secret are powerless when they're brought out into the open. And the bill went through. Those corporation rascals have got to understand that if any harm comes from having the light turned on, that it's not due to the light, but to the corruption it exposes. Taft is a mollycoddler who kowtows to the machine politicians and special privilege. I offer you a simple yet powerful program. Fair play. Human rights above property rights. When I plead the case of a brakeman on the railroad, of a small child working in a factory, of a girl toiling in inhuman labor, of a family living in the squalor of a noisy tenement, of a worn-out farmer working lands in areas that are also worn out, I am not only fighting for the weak, I am fighting for the strong. If we in the present do not do justice in the present, our sons will pay in future. If the fathers make others eat bitter bread, then the teeth of their own sons shall be set on edge. I promise you the ticket to a new era. The era of the square deal. And that doesn't mean that everyone will have the same advantage. There will just be honesty in the dealing.
You're here.